What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another reaction of Rocco Reaction Z. Today we're reacting to Michelle Plata. See her name right there, Michelle Plata. Seemed like y'all liked her last video, so today she gonna be doing 15 terrifying TikTok conspiracy theories. Let's get right into it. Shout out to Molo, shout out to Molo, shout out to Molo. And I made it beat it shit,
Sorry. If it ever actually goes away, I will be truly devastated, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, reels and shorts, they just don't hit the same, you know? But I love TikTok, and you guys tag me in and send me so many different great conspiracy theories that you find on TikTok. I just think TikTok is the perfect breeding ground for conspiracy content. It's great. So without further ado, let's get into the TikToks. All right, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks lately about this celebrity plastic surgery / clones, doppelgangers, whatever you really want to call it, but it's essentially the idea that celebrities die and then are replaced with a lookalike. This has not been anything.
I heard about that too, and I also heard about someone just be cloning themselves just to, you feel me, body, they be high and living life, clone doing work. Motherfuckers really doing this shit. Shadow clone, shout out to Shadow Clone Jutsu.
New, but there is an interesting new take. So this has been a theory that's been going around for literally ever. I'm sure you've heard of it with Avril Lavigne. People think that she's secretly her doppelganger named Melissa, and the same thing with Paul McCartney from the Beatles. Everyone thinks that he was replaced with a lookalike or a clone, and honestly the list keeps going on. Kanye West, there's a lot of people who are speculated to be cloned. It's basically the idea that these celebrities die and then are replaced with a lookalike, and they just kind of write it off as getting plastic surgery, and that's why they look so different. It's honestly a very interesting theory. I kind of think that this could have some truth to it, and the reason why is because Suzanne Collins, who is the author of the Hunger Games series, she released a new book called Sunrise on the Reaping, and it kind of described this theory to a T. So it basically follows a 16-year-old Haymitch, the same one from the Hunger Games, and there's like kind of this subplot in the book that's gotten conspiracy theorists really talking, and it involves a tribute named Luella. So Luella dies in like a freak chariot crash. Like, it's a very sad thing that happens, and a lot of people see it, like people know she's dead before the Hunger Games even began, and obviously this would be a PR nightmare for the Capitol. So basically they bring in a body double, a girl named Lulu, who looks close enough to pass for Luella, and then they drug her into submission and then surgically alter her to make more like the original Luella, and then present her to the public as if nothing ever happened. And the reason that this is so interesting to me is because Suzanne Collins has actually very much been in the Hollywood spotlight for a while. She's definitely worked on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, probably before you even knew that the Hunger Games.
I don't trust anybody who's still in the industry. They be saying, "Oh, this person been there for years." I don't trust them. I don't give a fuck how good they may portray themselves. If you still in that industry, knowing what be going on,
existed. Like, obviously with that there comes like the books and the movies from that entire franchise, which I'm sure she learned a lot about Hollywood from there. But she also worked on Nickelodeon in the 1990s. She was a writer on the show Clarissa Explains It All, and again, she's worked with people like Dan Schneider, which opens up another door to people in this industry who have dark conspiracy theories surrounding them. So basically where Suzanne Collins comes into this entire clone doppelganger theory is that because she saw like some of the inner workings of Hollywood, she noticed that there were definitely situations where people died and were replaced with a lookalike, and that's why she wrote it into her book. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I certainly think this is an interesting theory overall, and I'm not sure that I believe it, because like I said before, I don't believe Avril Lavigne is like a clone. Like, I don't know who the hell Melissa is, but at the same time, there are certain situations where this could be possible, and it's weird that someone who was involved in, you know, some of the dark pits of Hollywood, like Nickelodeon and like working with Dan Schneider, wrote this book, is all I'll say. Like, I just think that's interesting.
You could tell how bro Flesh look. He just evil. That man like a damn grizzly bear.
And could it be a nod to what's actually going on? Who knows? All right, the next TikTok theory I want to talk about is about vampires running the nightlife in New York City / LA. I don't know, okay? I saw this TikTok and I thought it was interesting.
Apparently there's vampire lairs or secret societies operating out of nightclubs, like after hours in Brooklyn. I wasn't planning on posting this week because I'm in Florida, so I've just been posting for my drafts, but this story is too good. So this actress slides into my DMs, and sometimes I've gotten messages from people and I look at them and I'm like, oh, you've seen my stuff. And this was one of those cases, like, because I absolutely knew who she was. I wouldn't say that she's like huge, but like I knew her, and I'm not a big movie person. But she slides in my DMs and she's like, I'm comfortable enough sharing this now because other people apparently have been talking about this. And she's like, I have to tell somebody about this. I have to know that I have to let people know that this is a thing. So she was in New York. She doesn't live there, but she was in New York last year for an event, and she's rubbing elbows with all these people.
Hey, yeah, we gonna watch a new video because she was the same person. Wow, let's go. I got somebody else though. Let's put y'all. This is the next one. I actually just found this guy. I can't find the guy who I was trying to put your game up on, but he's talking about the Epstein's files going into TikTok. We're gonna react to his video, and until I learn how to do and move around with this stuff more. But let's get right into it. Let's see what he's talking about. His name is Fatah. He might say his name, and I'm just gonna check him out.
Yes, sir. Yo, we're back. You know what we're going to be doing today? We're going to be deep diving on the Epstein files. We're going to do this in parts. You know what I'm saying? This is part 1. We're going to literally be checking out like what's going on. Apparently, he has a birthday book. I mean,
Toad makes secret deal with prosecutor. Plead guilty to small.
So we're going to be looking at TikToks, and we're going to jump into like some crazier stuff.
The Epstein files, explained by frogs. Evil Toad is the richest toad in the pond, but Toad has dark secrets, hurts young tadpoles. Thinks, who's going to stop me? Toad builds private island, buys private jet, names it the Lolita Lily Pad. Then Toad gets...
Hold on. Move this up a little bit and turn the volume up. We need to hear what bro's saying.
The Epstein files, explained by frogs. Evil Toad is the richest toad in the pond, but Toad has dark secrets, hurts young tadpoles. Thinks, who's going to stop me? Toad builds private island, buys private jet, names it the Lolita Lily Pad. Then Toad gets idea. Toad invites powerful frogs to island, politicians, celebrities, billionaires. Toad keeps flight logs, every name, every visit. Why? Insurance. If Toad goes down, powerful frogs go down. 250 tadpoles hurt over 20 years. 2008, pond police finally catch Toad. Evidence overwhelming. Toad should rot in prison forever. But Toad makes secret deal with prosecutor. Plead guilty to small charge. Only 13 months in jail. Allowed to leave jail 6 days a week for work. Victim's not even...
What? He was allowed to leave for work? Yo, this kid, this man just got caught with like literally children, and then he's just allowed to just leave. That's when you know you got power for real, dude. When you could just do stuff like that, that's insane.
But Toad makes secret deal with prosecutor.
That's crazy.
Plead guilty to small charge. Only 13 months in jail. Allowed to leave jail 6 days a week for work. Victim's not even told about the deal. Toad walks free. 11 years later, FBI catch Toad again. New charges. This time, no deal. Toad facing life. Powerful frogs start sweating. If Toad talks, everyone goes down. Then, one morning, guards find Toad dead in cell. Cameras malfunction. Guards fall asleep. Pond not convinced. Toad's assistant Salamander convicted. 20 years. But the powerful frogs? The ones on the island? Nothing. For years, Pond demands. Release the files. 2025. Congress votes 427 to 1. Release everything. Pond still waiting.
Damn.
That's crazy. That is literally insane. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you have money. You could just literally just be like, listen, guys, give you a little deal. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to work every now and then. Bro is not working. He's literally an entrepreneur. He probably just sits around all day, does nothing, and make a couple phone calls every now and then.
Okay, you guys. These Epstein files are out of control, so we're gonna break down everything we've seen thus far. Okay, first, let's start with Obama's former chief White House counsel, Kathy Ruemiller, and a very eerie, very suspicious email with her and Epstein. Now, they're communicating back and forth in this email, but at the bottom of this email gets really weird, and I quote, She says, yes, I will be like the doctor at Lenox Hill, put that crazy in room 1, gunshot in surgery, and the cook, well, he can wait. You guys, remember Obama's chef who worked at the White House and who died at Obama's house? Could they be talking about him? Now, being that
Hopefully
email
not.
was from 2014, saying the cook can wait, you mean like 9 years later wait, where he actually died in 2023? Yeah, that's suspicious. Gets even wilder though. So, we have an email from 2018 with Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein, in which Mark is asking, buckle up, he says, does Putin still have the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba, aka...
What?
Nah.
Not Trump blowing Bubba. Yo, I hope that's. I've heard about that so many times, but I hope it's just fake. Like I cannot physically see Trump giving. What's another word I could use? Giving that type of actions to another man. Like that's just not it. Like y'all really think Trump would do that?
Bill Clinton.
It's crazy.
Bro, what? Okay, even if this is even remotely true, how relevant would this picture be that they found in Epstein's house of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, in which Monica Lewinsky was in a blue dress just like this when she blew him? This is giving way to the biggest blackmail ring of all time, but let's keep going. Now, if we weren't completely off the rails, this is gonna take us there because there's an email stating that he was into bioengineering and genetics.
What the fuck going on, y'all nigga, man? Y'all niggas on some motherfucking evil villain Spider-Man, Dr. Gero, Dragon Ball Z shit, man.
Specifically black people. And I quote,
Then talking about
you might be able to make blacks smarter by changing the time for the motor layer development and changing the time for other layers. Then he states their brains are slower at learning high-level concepts, in which he's giving way to slavery being that muscle twitch for slaves. We're faster, so we're stronger, jump higher. Then the white people were thinking all day, basically, and making them smarter under pressure over time.
That is wild.
Now, not only he was into bioengineering and genetics, and he had his own office at Harvard called Jeffrey's office, but he had close ties to MIT, in which he had very close ties to this guy, Marvin Minsky, who was the co-founder of MIT's AI laboratories, and they call the father of AI. I mean, it really takes the guesswork out of why he was trafficking people besides blackmail. You wanted to experiment on people like a test lab rat. Now, this part totally makes sense, where the head morgue manager of Harvard pled guilty earlier this year for selling body parts online. Does anybody want to take a wild guess who he was working for?
Jeffrey Epstein. Is that the guess that we're taking today? I say Epstein.
Epstein he was working for.
Obviously.
There's a whole lot more, so I'm gonna do a part 2. Make sure you guys get into my Telegram. We're just getting...
Yeah, he was about to tell on there. Yeah, they had off him. Cause he was about to, boy, I had with grass. But I wonder why he wanted to confess.
started.
Nah, that was a really weird story. I'm not gonna lie. Trump blowing Bubba.
Story, nigga. These are fucking document. These niggas sweet.
It's crazy.
Did you know that there have been over 22 deaths associated with Jeffrey Epstein? Let's just examine a few of them. Virginia Giuffre was one of Epstein's most vocal accusers. She filed legal action against Epstein and Maxwell, and she almost saw herself as a voice for all of the accusers and encouraged other women to stand up and tell their stories. Earlier this year, Virginia claimed that she was hit by a school bus. She was then put into a hospital. She posted a photo on her social media with herself covered in bruises. It's a bizarre photo. And then a short while later, she was found dead after allegedly self-deleting. Curiously, she died just a few months before the Department of Justice and FBI made official Epstein disclosures, and the Epstein story was brought again into the media. I think it's very lucky for the people in power that Virginia is dead right now, because she would have some stories and she would have been extremely vocal in searching for the truth. There's also...
I think one of our last videos we actually had her her voice recording of her.
This year, Virginia claimed that she was hit by a school bus. She was then put into a hospital. She posted a photo on her because she would have some stories and she would have been... Department of Justice and FBI made official Epstein disclosures, and the Epstein story was brought again into the media. I think it's very lucky for the people in power that Virginia is dead right now.
Oh, you said for the people in power. I was like, damn, you said it's lucky she did.
Because she would have some stories and she would have been extremely vocal in searching for the truth. There's also,
I think one of our last videos we actually had her voice recording of her saying, like, exposing something. I forgot what video that was. I think that was like a video up like probably 2, 3, 4 weeks ago that I posted. I just remember her, she was saying something about like exposing Trump, Bill Clinton, Obama. It was the craziest. If that's real, what she was saying was some like career threatening things. Like anyone that gets exposed to that definitely deserves some prison time, I'm not gonna lie.
also Jean-Luc Brunel, a close friend of Epstein's and a talent scout. He owned modeling agencies and he ran his own sex trafficking empire in France. Jean-Luc was tied in very closely with Epstein and he provided young teenagers to Epstein for his operation. There are lots of stories and lots of accusations that were made against.
Every time they got that Eddie monster, motherfuckers ain't right. I ain't gonna say all of them, but watch them motherfuckers with Eddie monsters. No matter what color they is, watch them motherfuckers with them Eddie monsters. We call them Eddie monster, McDonald, Widow Peak.
Jean-Luc Brunel. Jean-Luc was arrested in 2020, but in 2022, right before his trial, he was found dead in his jail cell. And just like his buddy Epstein, he had allegedly... There are lots of similar discrepancies in the story of what happened to Jean-Luc Brunel. Security cameras that weren't on, people that weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. But I don't really see people talk about this as much, even though this was obviously some sort of targeted hit. There's also Jeffrey Epstein's former business partner in a Ponzi scheme, Steven Hoffenberg. Steven and Jeffrey were incredibly close. Now, Steven's death is interesting. He died in 2022, but he died alone inside of his apartment. And the details surrounding exactly what happened to Steven are still murky and unclear. But his body wasn't found for almost an entire week. And just before he died, in what turned out to be a sort of deathbed confession, Steven Hoffenberg told a news outlet that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were collecting sexual blackmail on powerful people, and he claimed that Epstein was supplying his handlers with this content all the time, once a week, once a month, all the time. There's also Mark Middleton, a former Clinton aide who allowed Jeffrey Epstein to visit the White House in the 1990s. He was closely tied into the Epstein thing, and there are a lot of mysterious things surrounding Mark Middleton. But in 2022, Mark Middleton was found in an orchard in Arkansas. He had allegedly hit the same time.
What? Wait, whoa. Run that back. Yo, this man said I don't even know if I can say that. He was, and then himself at the same time? What?
Wait, what?
Damn, he must have not.
White House in the 1990s. He had allegedly hit the same time.
What? Wait, whoa. Run that back.
But in 2022, Mark Middleton was found in an orchard in Arkansas. He had allegedly hit the same time.
What?
So he was smashing and shot himself. I'm telling you, bro. See what could have happened? That nigga was smashing, and then he woke up inside his own battery like he can't control it. It be something else in control of these motherfuckers, bro. He probably like, oh my god, I hate my life. Tell you, bro. It be something housing these niggas and they need bodies, bro. Make them do these dumbass, slow ass, demonic, corrupt shit. They be sharing bodies with the beings. He must have woke up in the middle of it, bro. Fuck this shit.
Wait, whoa. Run that back.
Death coincided with Ghislaine Maxwell's trial and renewed talks about Epstein. I examined all 22 of these deaths in a new video on my YouTube channel, The Conspiracy Files. It is an absolutely dark and disturbing dive, and the link is going to be in my bio.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the...
Donald Trump knew that I was 13 because the first night that
Man, what's wrong with y'all, fool?
I was there, Tiffany actually suggested that, and she had a whole bunch of different wigs, and I expressed interest in them. You know, I always told her that I would love to walk around with blue hair, and so I tried some on, and there was a blonde wig that she said that looked great on me, so I wore that wig, and Donald Trump had specifically asked about me because I remind him of his daughter.
What? Yo, some of these things I'm hearing, I'm actually hoping is not true. Because that is...
Hey, man. Hey, get that nigga life.
It's crazy. But we have heard in the past where Trump has claimed that if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he potentially would have been dating her. So I wouldn't doubt that, honestly. But if he did say something like that, that's kind of freaky, Trump. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what are you doing?
Freaky
She said, well,
deaky
she's
ass
13
nigga, man.
as well. So he knew the first time that he saw me.
Freaky leaky ass nigga, man.
But he took a liking to me because I look like his daughter.
You like a female because you like a young one because she look like your daughter, fool. Boy, I ran freaking on your ass, boy. The Most High is sick of y'all ass. He finna get somebody, another country, the power to blow this shit up. Y'all doing sweet, cupcake, weird, pedophile, Pop-Tart ass shit. You gotta go.
The reason I'm coming out now is when it happened originally, I just wanted to forget about the whole incident.
But if they is lying on Trump, whoever been doing all this shit, either way, all the evil y'all put out in this United States, this shit gotta go. It go by according to your work. So all that United States got the powerful army, the strongest army is the Most High, bro. All this evil, not even just what they did to my people in this land, but just all this shit, man. Look at this shit. This bile ass shit, man. Come on, man.
And when I saw that he was running for president, I felt it was my responsibility to come out and tell our country.
We're gonna get banned.
Treasury's Epstein file details, Mr. President, 4,725 wire transfers. Let me repeat that.
That's crazy.
4,725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts.
Just one. Boy, I act grab, boy. A great mama and the Heavenly Father not pleased with you niggas.
If you ask,
Y'all don't even, it's crazy.
ask me, that is more than 4,000 potential lines of investigation right there. Hundreds of millions more flowed through other accounts. That's even a lot more to investigate. The file shows that Mr. Epstein used multiple Russian banks, which are now under sanctions, to process payments related to sex trafficking.
That is crazy.
A lot of the women and girls he targeted came from Russia, Belarus, Turkey, and elsewhere.
That's messed up.
See, that's why I think, bro, they always trying to get the woman, bro. They always trying to get the woman. We gotta protect the woman, y'all, for real. Protect the woman, bro. Cause this really they planet. They came down and had sex with the woman, a man. You feel the woman on this earth. This they shit, man. So that's why they always going after the woman. I'm telling you, bro. Even back in Bible time, they would treat the woman crazy, bro. Like, it's something about the woman. I don't know, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy.
I'm protecting mine. And man, y'all need to protect y'all's, bro. Cause all these women in these sex trafficking, what these daddies at, bro? Fuck these schools and these other shit. Y'all teach our own kids. Let's go back to the ancient time. Well, ain't no school. Teach your own kids, man. Ain't nobody gonna love your seed more than you. Cause how the hell these people getting kidnapped and all this shit going on? It's too much. You gotta go.
See how they could just transfer 1.1 billion with a B, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even see a million in their lifetime, but they just got 1.1 billion for fun.
for fun and ain't gave us nothing. We out here struggling, motherfuckers stressing over work, stress what's gonna be on the table. These niggas 1.8 billion for some teenagers. Or you got niggas on the street cold, hungry, living in this country, born and raised in this country. But you got motherfuckers that ain't even from here living lavish. Not no problem to y'all. I'm just saying, like, they should have been, man.
For fun. It's crazy.
Let me know if y'all want to see more, man. I think I'm gonna just stop right here. But yeah, check me out. I'll be dropping another video. Video after video after video. So watch next time on Rocco Reaction Z. Follow me. That's right.
Don't stress out, honey, get through the flame. Don't burn out, shout out to my lady. She stay down, and I don't do a fuck what they saying. Now, ain't got a small pop, cause I rejected by my dad. Shit really hurt me.